decreases, the free motion movement clockwise increases. While turning the start button counterclockwise and it is impossible to decrease the free motion movement to 3 millimeters, adjust the cathode assembly. Refer to the chapter on torch assembly for this. Dilute the distilled or tap water with ethyl alcohol in proportion of 50% water, 50% alcohol. Collect the solution with a syringe. Unscrew the filling neck cap and fill the torch. Stop filling when the solution begins dripping from the nozzle. Screw the filling neck cap on tightly. In addition, wipe torch housing. Place the torch on the support stand. Connect the torch cable to the power unit and fix the connection. Connect the filler holder. Tighten the nut. Connect the power cord to the socket. Check that the fans are running on the power unit. The voltage display is lit. The off button indicator is lit. The safe voltage indicator is lit and the indicator for mode 1 is in the 4th position. Press the on button. Within 5 seconds, press and gently release the start button on the torch. If you did not press the start button within 5 seconds, begin the process over. Start by pressing the on button on the power unit, then the start button on the torch. Set the mode 1 indicator to position 1. Be sure the voltage stays around 170 volt while switching positions. Rotate the start button. Clockwise increases voltage, counterclockwise decreases. Fasten the necessary solder in the filler holder. Clean and degrease the place of soldering. Put on gloves and goggles. Evenly warm the area to be soldered to a temperature which is higher than the melting point of solder, but lower than the melting point of details. Prepare the area being soldered with the necessary flux. Begin soldering at such rate that only solder is melting against the heated joint. Completely fill all voids with solder. If during work the torch accidentally quits, press and gently release the start button repeatedly within 5 seconds to restore. Be sure the voltage stays around 170 volts. After soldering, do not cool the metal too quickly. Allow the material to cool in the air. When work is completed, turn off torch by pressing the off button on power unit. Cool torch by placing it in 3 to 5 centimeters of water. After hissing has stopped, take out the torch. When finished, clean off the remaining flux. When the solution in the torch is gone, jet becomes longer and voltage drops. If you did not turn off the torch and the solution is gone, the torch will automatically switch off and the overheat indicator will illuminate. To refuel, turn off the torch by pressing the off button on the power unit. Cool the torch. As soon as the torch has stopped hissing, remove the torch to avoid taking in water. If you forget to remove the torch immediately after cooling and it has taken in water, start torch and evaporate solution with wrong proportion in mode 1 position 6 until automatic switch off. For repeated refueling and before working each time, fill the torch only with the direct syringe method, which was shown earlier. When completing refueling, wipe the torch dry. Prepare the area being soldered with the necessary flux. Evenly warm the materials, taking into account their different thermal conductivity and mass. Give more attention to the material which has greater thermal conductivity and mass. Use solders which are suitable for both materials. Melt solder against the heated details, filling the void between them. When work is completed, turn off torch by pressing the off button. Cool torch by placing in water. After hissing has stopped, take out the torch. At the end of work, remove the power cord from the outlet. Remove the torch cable connector from the power unit. Remove filler holder from the power unit. Before performing maintenance of the power unit, disconnect the power cable from the socket. Disconnect the torch cable from power unit. Maintenance service consists of regular cleaning of the vents and fan screens. Before performing maintenance, disconnect torch from the power unit. Remove the protective tip if you worked in mode 2. Examine the torch as follows. With the combination wrench, turn away the cap of torch counterclockwise. Remove cap and take out nozzle. Extend the evaporator from the housing, revolving it toward different sides. Tilt the housing so that the helical spring falls out. Press the narrow end of the plunger. Extract quartz tube from the evaporator. Turn the combination wrench counterclockwise of the cathode. Remove protective cap. Twist the start button clockwise against the stop. Loosen the screw with the combination wrench 1 revolution. Take out the cathode holder. Remove scale deposits with a wire brush. If a copper film or soot on the quartz tube forms, you must replace the tube or place the dirty end for about a few hours in a choric iron solution. Check the elasticity of the radial springs inside the evaporator. If necessary, you must replace them. If a crater forms on the cathode, it must be replaced or must be smoothed with a file. After filling, it is necessary to check the length of the cathode. If the length of the cathode is less than 15 millimeters, it needs to be replaced. While replacing the cathode, in order to avoid scorching the cathode holder, apply a thread of graphite lubrication.